This video is about the equations of horizontal and vertical lines. So how do we write the equation of horizontal and vertical lines? So number one, we're going to look at this table and plot the points. So we have 5, -2, 5, -1, 5, 0, and 5, 1. So I noticed that my line that I would draw would be going through all of these points, which would be a vertical line. So what kind of line do we have? If it's going up and down, that's a vertical line. What do we notice about the points we plotted? All x values are the same. Because if you notice, all of our x values over here are 5s, so they're all the same. So when we have an x repeating, we have a vertical line. Our equation then is going to be x equals 5. A way to help you remember that vertical lines are x equals lines is because they pass through the x-axis. So in our second example, when we go to plot our points, we have -4, -3, -3, -3, 0, -3, and 5, -3. So this time, notice that when we connect our dots, we're making a horizontal line. What do you notice about the horizontal line? Well, if we look back at the table, all of the y values this time are the same. So whenever we have a horizontal line, that's going to be a y equals equation with the number that's repeated or the number it's passing through. So we have y equals -3. So remember, horizontal lines are always y equals because they pass through the y-axis. So what type of equation do we have? So in number 3, we have a vertical line that's going through the x-axis. So we're going to have x equals, and then we want to figure out what number is this passing through. Well, it's passing through 4. So our equation is x equals 4. In number 4, we have a horizontal line, which is passing through the y-axis, so we get a y equals equation, and it's passing through -6, so our equation would be y equals -6, because all of the y values for whatever point I pick is going to still be -6. Number 5 is a vertical line, and it's going through the origin, which means it's going through the x-axis, and then the origin, which means it's 0. So we have the x equals 0 equation. So write the equation in the following lines and then draw a line parallel through the given point. So first we need to write our equation. So if this is passing through the y-axis, it's y equals, and it's passing through at 1. So y equals 1. Here we have a vertical line again, and it's passing through 0. So we have vertical lines that remember x equals, and it's passing through 0. And then number 8, we have a horizontal line, and the point is -6. So it's passing through the y-axis, y equals -6. Now when it says draw a line parallel, parallel means that the lines are going to be going in the same direction. So if I want to draw a line parallel through the point -3, 4, I'm going to go to -3, 4. And if I want a parallel line, I need to draw a horizontal line, because our other line was also horizontal. And then number 7, a parallel line at 5, 1. So we're going to go to 5, 1. This time our line was vertical, so we want a vertical line through that point. So remember, our line is always going to be vertical or horizontal, the same as the given line. And then the last one, our point is -7, -6, which is on that line, so we're just going to draw another line through that. So graph the following lines. So we have a y equals -6. So when we're drawing that line, we want to go to the y-axis. At -6, we're going to put a dot, and then remember that it's y equals, so it's a horizontal line because it passes through the y-axis. Number 10, we have x equals -2. So I'm going to go to -2 on the x-axis, and this is going to be a vertical line because it's passing through the x-axis. Same thing for 11. We're going to have another vertical line, so we're going to go to 6 on the x-axis and draw a vertical line through that. Number 8, given the 2 points, write the equation of the line. So first we're going to plot these points to help us figure out which direction this line is going and see what pattern we can notice. So we have -8, 5, and we have -7, 5. So notice that the lines are going to be horizontal. So I'm going to extend it all the way through my graph. So because it's passing through the y-axis, I have y equals 5, which should make sense because our y-coordinates are repeating, so it's going to be a y equals. In number 13, when I graph this, I have 2, -3, and 2, -12, which we know is off the graph, but we can still figure out that this is going to create a vertical line. So this is going to be x equals, and we're passing through 2, which should make sense because 2 is repeated in the points. 14, we have 4, 0, and we have -5, 0, so this is going to be a horizontal line. It's passing through the y-axis at 0, so y equals 0, which should make sense because our y equation, our y-coordinate was repeated. Number 15, use the graph to determine whether each point lies on the graph. So if I plot the first point, A is at 0, 8, and B is at 8, 0, notice that the only one that's on the graph is A, which should make sense because if x is 0, then we need a 0x coordinate. Number 16, y equals 4. So we're going to plot the point 4, 0 and 0, 4. Notice this time that B was on our graph, which makes sense because it's y equals 4, so we need that 4 in the y coordinate spot. So determine whether the ordered pair is a solution or not. So we should see this number in the coordinate for the letter we're given. So if we have y equals -2, this is -2, -2 equals -2, so yes. In number 18, the 1 is in the x spot, and -1 is not equal to -4, so this one would not be a solution to the ordered pair.